I'm Pedram Pardapush, and I thank you, wow. And I lead product. I lead product here at Automattic. Welcome to our beeper-fied no-host space. We're so excited that you're here. Our product vision states that we succeed when makers thrive. And looking out into the audience, I see a sea full of creatives, makers. This is what animates us and inspires us to keep building. We're excited to share this space with you, tell you a bit about what we've been working on and what we're going to be working on. We're just getting started.
In 2005, Automattic was founded on a principle we still hold today, that the internet should be open to everyone. One line of code at a time, we turned that vision into reality. We didn't just help democratize publishing. We unlocked possibilities for millions of people creating, building, growing, connecting. We gave them the tools and they showed the world what was possible. From a single blog post to a global business. This is what happens when you trust people's potential. Powering 43% of the web, we helped turn more and more dreamers into doers, creators into entrepreneurs. Working behind the scenes, we helped projects grow and ideas happen. This is innovation with a purpose. But we're not only here to celebrate our past. We're here to shape what's next. For 20 years, we've been building the open web. The next 20, start now.
Wow, it is so cool to see everyone here today. Thank you for coming here. I know it's a little crowded, but we got the extra TVs and everything. Gosh, 2 decades ago now, publishing online was something very different experience. You either had to code something from scratch, or sometimes you'd end up putting your best thoughts and blogs and everything into a platform that ended up disappearing, which just happened all far too often. Mike Little and I co-founded WordPress, started WordPress to address this for blogging. And thanks to the contributions of many, many tens of thousands, it grew from just that to be a content management system to being a full development platform, a platform that could adapt, evolve, and stand the test of time, which is not common in technology. Now at Automattic, after 20 years of open source innovation, which again, I cannot believe, just saying to John, 20 years, that's wild. We have been out here trying to prove, and have been proving, that you can build a successful business while maintaining the ideals and the ethos of the open web and open source. We're also applying those same principles to our apps. We believe the answer lies in this open source ethos, and when you use our products, we want to give you superpowers and put you in control. The idea is a pretty simple one, but it powers everything we do. Open source is the key. And with WordPress, as we evolved to be something that really involved not just a product, but became a movement, WordCamps, meetups. It's crazy. You told me part of the reason you wanted to meet was one of your first websites was built on WordPress. And who here has ever used WordPress before? It's probably above 43% in this room, but it has translated to about over 40% of the top websites in the world now run on open source software that has open source APIs, open source code, is fully pluggable. It's, they say the best way to invent the future is to create it. And it's been amazing to be part of a community that has been creating this future of the open source web. Now, like I said, it's also become an amazing development platform that many thousands of businesses and full applications have been built on, some bigger than WordPress itself. And an exciting one there has been our product, WooCommerce. Woo! It kind of says itself. WooCommerce basically takes the Automattic's mission and WordPress's mission of democratizing publishing and brings it to commerce, which is a fundamental right for humans to have that free, open economic activity. We acquired it in 2015, actually, and it was about a few 100,000 stores there. It's now grown to power over 4 million independent stores, giving merchants, entrepreneurs, the same tools and flexibility that the very largest retailers have. A lot of what we do, we think of as a Promethean task, where we take the tech, the power from the gods, bring it to the people. That's what we try to do with all our products. Woo even has its own set of extensions, thousands of them. So it's plugins on top of plugins on top of plugins, like turtles all the way down. It's plugins all the way down. But that's only part of what we've been working on. At Automattic, we've been transforming the web to put open source principles, ownership, and privacy front and center, but it doesn't stop with democratizing publishing, commerce, or even the web itself. While many are familiar with our work on the open web, a lot of people don't know about our applications. So I wanted to bring you all here together to learn, but also get a ton of feedback, because there are some incredible minds in this room on the application side of Automattic. So let's take a quick look. The numbers around podcasting are astounding. 35 billion in revenue, over 500 million listeners, listening to 4.4 million podcasts. Who listens to podcasts here? Who has a podcast? All right, some people to follow later. Add them to your Pocket Cast. Now, what started as a completely open system from innovators like Dave Weiner, building on standards like RSS and others, as it grew, started to have the proprietary walled garden influence, start to close off some of the things that made podcasting great. That's why systems like Pocket Cast matter. So with Pocket Cast, we're building a power tool. Think of it like think of a podcasting client like a browser. It's not just about supporting RSS, but also supporting and encouraging the development of new standards that can do things like per episode rating or providing monetization to creators in a truly open way that doesn't lock anyone into a single distribution platform. Podcast has also been supporting some new things like video podcast out of the box that we're very excited about, as more and more sort of this watching shifts to the video. If you spend more than a few hours a week on podcasts, and who does actually? Yeah, a lot of commuting here, I imagine. You're going to really appreciate the features of Pocket Cast. And something that most people don't realize is actually in 2022, we open sourced the Pocket Cast clients. So on iOS and Android, if you are a hacker or a maker or just really good at vibe coding, you could actually go in and customize, submit patches, be parts. If you have a standard you want to see adopted, you don't need a partnership. You can submit a patch or create a build of it. Again, bringing the open source. A lot of people know this. WordPress was actually, I believe, John might be able to fact check this, but the first GPL application in the App Store. Because at the time, it wasn't clear that Apple's rules even allowed for that. But we're like, okay, forgiveness, not permission. We'll put it out there. And then, of course, we got the blessings. So, Day One is another app that joined the Automattic family that brings the same belief in core ownership, privacy, and everything to the world of journaling. It's actually an award-winning app. It's been the App of the Year several times from Apple. And think of this as a place where so much of social media is about performance and publishing, a place for your private thoughts. I think it's the very best place in the world to get something out of your head. It's actually the first app or text editor I go to. It's multimedia and multi-platform, so you use it anywhere, your phone, your desktop, even through a web browser. You get the same encryption level as an app like Password Manager, like 1Password. And now, if you want to move from something private to something a little more shared, we just launched a few months ago an encrypted shared journals feature. So whether that's with your partner, a loved one, a therapist, someone who's all of the above, you can have that same level of encryption, device to device, fully end to end. It never touches any of our servers in an unencrypted form. So it gives you a really great way to keep in touch. Then also, if you want to publish, Day One natively supports the share sheet exporting to Markdown or publishing directly to WordPress or Tumblr or whatever you'd like to do. One beautiful thing about all of our products is there's no Hotel California. Whatever you put in it can check out. Day One's also really beautiful because the more you use it, the better it gets. Many people's favorite feature is the on this day, which then starts to show you in previous years what you've been doing. Now, sometimes the best way to understand some of this is what sets our tools apart is hearing directly from the customers. Actually, I should have asked, are there any Day One power users here? A couple? I wonder who has the most entries. No? The biggest I've heard so far is 80,000. But looks like some people who might be able to start. But anyway, let's hear from some customers directly.
I'm Bob Dunn, and at Open Channels FM, we amplify diverse voices in the open web, the voices you might not hear anywhere else. That's why I love Pocket Casts. Together, we help you to discover news stories, stay inspired, and stay connected to a community that matters. And the best part, it's free, it's open source, and a way to access your favorite podcasts on your own terms. Pocket Cast feels like home for both creators and listeners, just like we try to be.
My name is Katie Seaman. I'm a mindfulness teacher and coach, and a big advocate of journaling for wellbeing. Day One is my go-to journaling app because it offers me all the flexibility I need, the practice that I want that supports me and supports my clients. It's something I do every day. I couldn't imagine not doing it now. Last year was the first year I printed my annual journal, and that was an absolute game changer to have such a beautiful record of all the entries that I'd accumulated over an entire year.
We actually have some of these, so if you check it out at the demo booth, they are really beautiful. One of my favorite features is they put stats on the back. So this year actually had 366 days. You can only get that one every couple of years. But 211 photos, 16,000 words, 368 entries. I don't know, it's pretty fun. And also great for family. You could have a journal that's just your family photos or things you want to print, or you can move things to be public. It's very flexible. So check those out at the demo station. It's stories like these that inspire us to keep creating, to keep building, and what leads us to why we are here today. So, as you might have heard, we made the sort of every 10 years decision to add something new to our democratization to-do list. So publishing, commerce, and now messaging. Think about your phone for a second. Who has more than one messaging network that their friends are on? Okay, who has one friend that's on a random one you never open? WhatsApp, Slack, Discord, Telegram, Signal. It's a Tower of Babel almost. And we wanted something that could bring you to where your friends are and could bring it all together. There's different platforms, different rules, different interfaces, different functionality across these as well. So we thought, well, what could be a little bit better? These sorts of shared frustrations have actually been at the heart of every single successful product I've ever been part of. And imagining a better world is something that I have the great honor to work with some incredible creators, entrepreneurs, and founders with. And along that line, I would like to invite to the stage Kishan to introduce the all-new Beeper.
Hello, all. So before we jump into it, I would love to step back and tell you all the story of Beeper. One day, I was looking at my phone, chatting with people on a dozen different apps, finding myself just super distracted. I thought, surely there has to be a better way to do this. So I built a prototype that brings all your chats into one app without any distractions. This was probably done over a weekend. And then I shared this side project with friends, and pretty soon, it went viral on Twitter. Suddenly, VCs were reaching out. I was actually onto something. So I then raised some money and turned it into a startup called Text.com. In 2023, I got a note from Matt that he wanted to meet. I built my first website with WordPress, as he mentioned, so I was excited. So I thought we were in meeting for an investment, but he floated the idea of acquiring Text. I had just turned down an acqui-hire offer from Sam Altman because I wanted to keep building and not just sell. So as Matt and I continued to talk, I realized we had a lot of shared values: strong commitment to security and privacy, similar working methods, and most importantly, a genuine care for building great products. Automattic seemed like a great home, the perfect home that will accelerate our work with their talent and help. So we were excited to come on board. At the same time, there was an app being developed called Beeper with the same mission and an incredibly talented team. Matt and I got to work on how to get them on board as well. So we completed the acquisition last year and got to merging the best of Text.com and Beeper under the Beeper brand. So for over a year, the Beeper team has been hard at work to build something incredible. And we have a short video I would like to share with you. Introducing the new Beeper. It has all your favorite features from Beeper and text. So you can search all your messages across all networks with just one app. And what's more, on desktop, Beeper also lets you jump across chats or perform any action with just the keyboard. So if you're a big power user of keyboards, you'll love it. And if you're like me and have been fairly online, you probably have a lot of conversations across different networks and have left people hanging. So I love this feature called Inbox Zero that Superhuman has, also Inbox by Gmail, which is now dead, as most Google products are. So Inbox Zero is a great way to triage, and Beeper supports this. You can use this to make sure you have responded to everyone. Now, the new Beeper also features a big security upgrade, reflecting our commitment to privacy. Previously, Beeper accounts have to use something called we call Beeper Cloud. So the Beeper app on your device would connect to Beeper Cloud, which would then connect to connect to the messaging network. Now, we're cutting out that middle step, and your device, your Beeper app, will connect directly to the messaging network. This is a big engineering lift, big achievement. And because of this, the setup takes a little effort since it follows the secure setup protocol of each network. But this also means end-to-end encryption is now preserved. So if you use Signal on Beeper, it's going to be as secure as using Signal the traditional way. Just like setting up a website on WordPress, there's a few minutes of investment upfront that will save you countless hours down the line. Beeper also wants to add value to every network by supporting their security, privacy, anti-spam, and business model of each of the networks, linking to the native app when people want feeds or profiles. We're also introducing Beeper Plus. As the name suggests, it's a set of premium features for Beeper. We have mashed many of your favorite features from existing apps and introduce new ones, such as Send Later. Sometimes you want to send a message not when the idea pops into your head, but when the time is right, during hours that make sense. So some messaging networks like iMessage and Telegram already support this, but with Beeper, you can do this across all networks. And you can also cancel the scheduled message if the other person responds. So if you schedule something like, if you order pineapple pizza again, we're done. Then they message you, got your usual pepperoni, no pineapple. Beeper will cancel that scheduled message and save your friendship. Reminders. When you're too busy to respond to a chat, say you're in the middle of a Zoom, we all multitask, or you just want to follow up, you can set a reminder on Beeper. And Beeper will remind you when the time is right and pop that chat back to the top of your inbox. Multiple accounts. How many of you have alt accounts on socials? So Beeper now supports connecting to multiple accounts on the same network. If you're an immigrant with 2 WhatsApps, or all of you with alt accounts, you can talk to everyone from the same app. Just be careful not to cross the streams. Now, how many of you send voice notes? How many of you have that annoying friend that always sends voice notes? How many of you are that friend? With AI-powered voice note transcriptions, Beeper will now let you read those messages when you're in a location where you cannot listen. Big time saver. Incognito mode. So sometimes you're just not ready to respond to a message, and you don't want to let the other person know that you've read it and feel ignored. With incognito mode, Beeper lets you preview messages and respond at your own pace. You're probably asking yourself, how do we support these efforts? Well, Automattic, first of all. And secondly, Beeper is a freemium app now, starting today. So out of the box, you get 5 networks for free. So you can connect, let's say, WhatsApp, Instagram, Signal, X, and then another one. If you want more, if you can upgrade to Beeper Plus, which will get you 5 additional accounts, say Google Messages, Google Chat, 3 other chat platforms that Google has made that we don't know about, LinkedIn, Messenger, Slack. And then you also get 3 per network, so you can add all your alt accounts. And you'll also get all these features we just chatted about. So Beeper Plus starts at $9.99 per month in the US. What if you want even more? Like if you're a social media manager managing dozens of social accounts, you can get Beeper Plus. So this will get you everything we have, unlimited accounts across all networks, as many as you want. Beeper Plus starts at $49.99 per month. Now, I would love to chat more about what's next for Beeper. We all are excited about the future. Many of us have seen this XCD. Chat networks are siloed. Beeper securely indexes all your messages across multiple networks ever since you first became online. That's like hundreds of thousands of messages. I grew up chronically online. I checked earlier, and I have, it turns out, received and sent millions of messages across networks, which is crazy. So as I mentioned earlier, with Beeper, you can just search across everything. Now, as with our other Automattic products, we don't just want to make a really good product. We want to create a platform and a movement. So while we work on the nice product and the killer UX for you, one of our other big focuses is also to make Beeper extensible, starting with Beeper platform. So we'll allow other apps to read and write from Beeper, kickstarting the Beeper ecosystem. Starting with Clay, a beautiful personal CRM app built by an incredible team. They just joined Automattic last month. A lot of our users have been asking for an integration between the 2 products ever since we started. So personal CRMs become way intelligent when you can ingest all your interactions across all the different channels that are siloed. With all your messages in one app, all your contacts organized, you'll just have all the right tools to make relationships and communication easier. So look forward to an integration between Beeper and Clay soon. In the meanwhile, you can download Clay today. Also, we're working on Beeper MCP, which will let you connect AI chat apps to Beeper. So you'll be able to say things like, Claude, summarize all my messages this evening that are important, and skip the ones from that annoying voice note friend. Or you can say something like, ChatGPT, list all the people I have hired previously. So as always, data will stay on device, and we'll have a very secure way for AI tools to access your data here. I'm a security nut, and Beeper's biggest value is making sure we build the most secure architecture possible here. So that is Beeper on device, Beeper Plus, and Beeper platform. Thank you. You can get early access to Beeper Plus and Beeper on device today. Say hi to one of our team members, and we'll walk you through the onboarding, answer your questions. And now, back to Matt.
I'm going to go back one just because it's so cool. All the stuff. I also like that little incognito guy. I have become obsessed with Beeper, much like I was with text before and everything. It's been really amazing to see how the product's grown. And I would say particularly, if you use a laptop or a desktop, it is a total unlock to have everything in one place, the keyboard, shortcuts, to everything. It is quite exciting. Now, as Kishan mentioned, the teams behind these products, founders of Clay, are here tonight. So you can actually meet them at these different demo stations. Try the tools, tell us what you think, and as who followed the request to bring your laptop, we'll help you get set up too. What do they call it? The Stripe onboarding, where the founders actually install the app for you and get going. I would encourage you actually to take advantage of this, not just because we want to see you do it and learn from that, but also, it's a great way to kind of like talk to some of the people who've been using this for a few months. It is a power user tool. This isn't for everyone, but it is for people who want a little something extra from their messaging, from connecting with their friends better, from keeping up with loved ones. Consider voting with your time and your wallet to join our mission of democratizing publishing, commerce, and now messaging to take back the open web fight for the future that we want our children and grandchildren to grow up in. Most digital tools are built to lock you in. Ours are built to set you free. Now, a number of you, and thank you again for coming, have remarked how much you like this space here in NoHo, which, as you might tell from some of the art, was actually started with Tumblr. And in fact, every single piece of art here is a Tumblr or WordPress artist, which is pretty fun. We actually just renewed this for a long-term lease. I'm a big believer in the practical builder spirit of New York. And we have another little announcement, which is if the mission of this inspires you to be here, we're actually going to be creating a special in-person team in this very office. So Automattic is famous for being distributed. If you're not familiar, since 2005, inspired by open source, we have had people all over the world. In fact, today we're in over 90 countries. But AI moves really fast. Have they all noticed that? And sometimes it's also good just to try something different. Try the opposite of perhaps what you've done before. So here in New York City, we're actually creating a small, intense, and agile team that'll be coming to the office every single day. Whoa. I hope this isn't bigger news than Beeper. No, I'm joking. We're looking for people either in New York, so if you have friends, or willing to move here to be part of this small team. And we'll be moving fast. I think even just being here this week, I've learned things from sitting next to colleagues and maybe we'll show some things, again, for folks who work with AI every single day. We're also going to be upgrading the entire company. So using New York as a hub, that every single engineering product and design team across Automattic is going to come through here in the next year. So hackathons alongside this in-person AI team, which is going to be very, very exciting. It's sort of an evolution of our meetup culture. If you're interested in this, check out automattic.com, which actually, another little Easter egg announcement. You can now spell correctly, or even better correctly, with 2 or 3 T's. We now have it. automattic.com. Click work with us, and you can learn more and apply. Also, the anchor of this team, James, right there. If you raise your hand, wave James. If you want to learn more, you can talk to him. A New York resident who just moved back a few weeks ago. He'll be one of the anchors here. So, you could have been anywhere in the world here tonight, but you're here with us. Really appreciate it. And thank you all for taking time. Like I said, we've got some exciting demo stations. We can show you around. We're going to have some really cool food, some music by Falta DL. But we did want to do a special bonus for everyone who came here tonight. So each one of you, if you like, can become a Beeper OG, which means you will get a lifetime account of not just Plus, but Plus Plus. So you get a Beeper, and you get a Beeper, and you get a... So thank you so much for being a part of this. I'd love to meet as many of you as possible. Stick around for the food, the drinks, and some great music from Falta DL. Thank you all.